When I came back in the office, I was shocked to learn that this weekend, the biggest story was frenzied social media rumors speculating whether Donald Trump had... For the record, Donald Trump is very much alive, okay? And no... We like our presidents alive.
Don't ever say that Trump is not a uniter, because somehow he got every bad guy in the world together. They've never been in the same room together. Kim Jong-un of North Korea came out. He never comes out. He was there. The president of Iran, Xi, Putin, anyone who has ever fed a journalist to a tiger was in this room.
The hook. Back into the office, I couldn't believe what had dominated the weekend headlines. Wild rumors on social media claiming Donald Trump had died. For the record, Donald Trump is very much alive. And yes, America likes its presidents breathing. But somehow, in the middle of this bizarre rumor mill, Trump did the unthinkable. He united every villain on earth. Kim Jong-un, Putin, Xi, even the president of Iran, figures who never share a stage, suddenly seemed connected by his name.
Since the dawn of the nuclear era, all presidents, I believe, have had too much power. But clearly, for Donald Trump, no amount of power is too much. Apparently, the next step in his White House remodel is going to be a skull-shaped castle.
And finally, new rule. I told you so. I've been telling Democrats for years the Republicans are going to steal pot from you as an issue. And now Trump says...
We're looking at reclassification, and we'll make a determination.
What'd you expect? He is the master at winning votes from small groups who are passionate about one issue, picking up a couple percent here, a couple there, until on election night it's YMCA.
Then came the comedians. Imagine waking up at Mar-a-Lago to find two of America's sharpest satirists sharpening their jokes outside your door. Stephen Colbert, the late-night assassin, and Bill Maher, the smug surgeon of sarcasm. They don't just mock Trump, they dismantle him. Together, they peel back his image as mogul, genius, and titan, exposing him as the most overhyped salesman of snake oil in modern history.
Donald Trump is very much alive, and this whole crazy rumor started simply because he had 0 events on his schedule Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, and one of the only signs that he might still be around was music in the Rose Garden, which the White House confirmed was the president's music, which I gotta say is not the strongest proof of life.
Then Maher goes straight for power. Since the nuclear era, every president has held too much of it. But for Trump, there was never enough. Maher imagines him remodeling the White House into a skull-shaped castle. And when Trump teased marijuana reform, Maher mocked Democrats for not seeing it coming. For Trump, politics isn't principle. It's stacking passionate niche voters like poker chips until election night feels like a YMCA dance floor.
Democrats offer up high-minded intangibles like equity and saving the soul of America. Trump says, hey, waitress, how'd you like to pay no tax on those tips? Remember that? And everybody was like, why didn't we think of that? Las Vegas is a town where everybody gets tips, so maybe that's why Trump was the first Republican to win Nevada in 20 years. You know by how much? 50 points.
Colbert, meanwhile, skewers Trump's obsession with appearances. The glowing orange skin. The flimsy hair that looks ready to blow away in a Palm Beach breeze. Suits tailored like they came from the clearance rack. To Colbert, Trump isn't commander-in-chief. He's the uncle at Thanksgiving who brags about cryptocurrency while forgetting his debit card PIN.
Adding to all this terrible, morbid speculation, on Thursday, Vice President J.D. Vance spoke to the USA Today, and here's how he answered the question, are you ready to assume the role of commander-in-chief if needed?
The president is in incredibly good health. He's got incredible energy. And while most of the people who work around the president of the United States are younger than he is, I think that we find that he actually is the last person who goes to sleep. He's the last person making phone calls at night.
Maher dives into contradictions. Trump calls himself a genius, yet stumbles through geography. Claims stamina, yet wheezes on golf carts. Promises to drain the swamp, yet fills it with swamp creatures, lobbyists, and loyalists. To Maher, the Trump presidency wasn't governance. It was a 3 a.m. infomercial, loud, flashy, repetitive, and useless once the product hit real life.
The idea that he could be president again, as opposed to Joe Biden, again, Joe Biden, not my first choice, not my 100th choice, but the...
Colbert then dismantles the myth of Trump as an outsider. How can a man plastered on tabloid covers for decades claim to fight the establishment? Trump's life was establishment theater. Bankrupt casinos, shady real estate schemes, and a university scam that felt like a parody skit. He wasn't a revolutionary. He was a timeshare salesman with better branding.
Made a hard right onto the fascism freeway, announcing that he will deploy National Guard troops to Chicago. Our brave... Yes, boo. Our brave soldiers are not supposed to be wandering around American cities. The Marines' fight song isn't "From the halls of Montezuma, let's go eat Italian."
When Vice President J.D. Vance assured the press that Trump was healthy, energetic, and tireless, Maher laughed. He paints Trump as a fragile king wearing a plastic crown, demanding loyalty, not leading. Every rally, every late-night rant wasn't governance. It was a cry for validation. A reality TV contestant refusing to leave the set after being voted off.
All taste of his long public history of pervitude. And it all makes it so hard to accept Donald Trump's Epstein denials. I mean, it would be easier to accept Sir Mix-a-Lot releasing, "I never visited Big Butt Island." We know you're lying.
Together, Colbert and Maher rip apart Trump's victimhood. Here was the most powerful man alive, yet he acted like a bullied kid every time late-night comedians roasted him. A billionaire in a mansion crying foul because Saturday Night Live mocked his tie. Trump didn't just embrace grievance, he weaponized it. Every criticism became proof of persecution. Every loss became conspiracy.
So here's what happened. Remember Doge, the Elon Musk-helmed Department of Government Efficiency that brought in a teenage squad of tech geniuses to reduce the size of government and didn't even do that? Well, one of them, a 19-year-old named Big Balls, got jumped in D.C. last month by some other teenagers, one a 15-year-old girl.
Maher sharpens the knife further. What kind of winner piles up bankruptcies like baseball cards? What kind of genius leaves behind unpaid contractors and half-empty towers? When Trump announced plans to send National Guard troops into Chicago, Maher mocked him, reminding America that soldiers fight wars, not patrol Italian beef stands.
Zuma, let's go eat Italian beef. That is not the mission. Trump made the announcement during an Oval Office event yesterday where he added insult to invasion.
Chicago is a hellhole right now.
How dare you, sir? Chicago is not a hellhole right now. Chicago is not a hellhole until
Colbert takes on language itself. Trump's speeches were word salads, rambling tangents that started in one universe and ended in another. He didn't inspire confidence, he exhausted grammar teachers. And his obsession with size? Crowd size, building size, ego size. To Colbert, Trump wasn't president. He was a club promoter inflating numbers to hype his own party.
Dictator handbook is pretexts. You find a pretext to do what you want to do anyway. Say you want to invade another country. Well, you say that some people of your ethnicity living in that country are being persecuted. Voila, reason to invade. But as pretexts go, big balls getting mugged, that takes some big ball.
Then comes the grift. MAGA hats marked up like souvenirs. Campaign donations drained like subscription fees. Trump wasn't building a movement. He was running QVC. Every rally was a commercial, every promise a sales pitch. He didn't treat citizens like voters, he treated them like customers.
dangerous city in the world by far. Worst and most dangerous? 2 words. You.
Maher zeroes in on Trump's lies. Not ordinary lies but industrialized falsehoods. He turned spin into gospel, conspiracy into routine, and fact-checkers into enemies. His presidency became a Jenga tower of lies, stacked higher and shakier until it collapsed. And when it did, Trump blamed everyone but himself. The players, the game, even the table.